Hello everyone, my name is Vinny Salinas and my favorite Chicano film of all time is The Book of Life. I remember when I first watched it with my family and everything, it was a really beautiful work of art that I think does a good job of representing Chicano art, especially in the way that the characters are designed and animated, as they have a really interesting and unique wood texture that represents different like puppets, and the storytelling of the romance and how that intertwines within the relationships of the gods, and the story of it is just really beautiful in my opinion, especially when it taking into consideration that oftentimes Aztec and any Latino or Mexican or Chicano folklore, and any types of like myths or mythos like that often gets thrown to the side or not acknowledged. I find it really beautiful that they made that a part of the story, as well as included the past and the past figures of like gods and culture, and as a part of that, including the modern day more like Spanish influenced culture. So I thought that was really interesting, and is one of my favorite films of all time, as well as my favorite Chicano or Latino film. As for a film that I would create of my own based around my experiences, or just like around Chicano or Latinx or Latino culture, it would definitely be something in relation to, again, that kind of folklore, because I feel like there's a lot of very interesting and unique stories about gender and wars and like creation of places and things, and overall I feel like that as a movie would be amazing to see, super entertaining, and a lot of fun, being able to watch how that all gets developed and researched, and how people become interested, hopefully in the same way they could become interested in things like Greek mythology or anything like that. As for my a non Chicano or Latino film, but that I think relates to the class, it honestly took me a couple seconds to think of one, but I think a lot of films and media from I forget, Studio Ghibli. I think they have a lot of really amazing films that secretly touch on a lot of deep and intrinsic parts of war and military and culture, and what that means as like in relation to the communities that they live in and the culture that they represent, as well as introducing different like spirits and different folklore of Japanese culture and everything like that as well. I think the best movie that would probably represent that would probably be Spirited Away, as it talks about like gluttony and all these different things, but also about how Spirited Away, or sorry, Howl's Moving Castle. That would be another really great one, because that one talks a lot about war and imperialism and what that kind of looks like, and that as in relation to how Chicano history and Mexican history has been affected by the Mexican-American Wars and the different, and how we got here in the first place, I think is really interesting, and I think is a good comparison. But yeah, thank you so much.